Hello, my name is Yuan, founder and CEO of DailySurprisesMedia, a lead generation agency for coaches and service providers that has generated over 100 client wins just last year alone. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the type of post that you should really put out on Instagram that's going to attract your followers. And no, we're not talking about posts that actually attract likes, because believe it or not, that's actually not the right metrics to focus on if your end goal is to bring in more targeted eyeballs onto your content. So if you're interested in learning exactly what type of post you should focus on Instagram in order to grow your followers, grow targeted eyeballs, then keep watching. So we have briefly talked about likes are not the key metrics you should focus on when you put content out there to attract followers. What are the metrics that actually matter then? I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen right now so you can see the behind the scene data insight of one of my clients' viral post. The reason why her post become a viral post on Instagram is actually due to a few factors. That's much more than just likes. So those factors are saves, shares, and comments. When I say comments, what works really well for her to get momentum for her post is actually her community tagging their friends and families so that her post actually getting even more reach and getting more impressions. And with that momentum, it really pushed her post into the Explore page and more people join the conversation and see her post and interact with her post. So if at the end of the day, your goal with your post is to get as many new followers, as many targeted eyeballs as possible on your profile, then you should really making sure that your post can drive saves, shares, and comments. So how do you do that? Let's talk about what type of content actually really encourage saves, shares, and comments. Let's talk about saveable content first. So what type of content actually really encourage people to save your post? Time and time again from different clients from different niches, what we can really see is whenever they post something that's high value, educational post, those type of posts really encourage saves, especially if they structure the post in the format of carousel, which they have loads of information break down into slides and help people to consume easily, or they have a longer IGTV format where they kind of deep dive into a specific topic. So these type of posts are things like 3 tips to do this, 5 things to do that, and they don't necessarily give all of the solutions of their paid program. So they almost lay out what their framework is, almost like a top line level. What are the steps an ideal client need to go through in order to achieve a very specific result? So these type of results can be either quick win results, so that's something very tangible, you can get it done really quickly, or it can be bigger results. So for example, get clients online, right? That can be a bigger result, which feels a bit intangible at this point in time, but exactly how to get there, it kind of breaking down into the bigger steps you need to take. So either result would definitely work. And as an example, I'm going to put some screenshots on the screen right now. So that's actually a post I put out there a while back now, but it's actually a really simple step-by-step teaching people how to actually check out their hashtag performance of their post. Because the steps are so easy to take, it really takes them under 5 minutes to figure out end-to-end how to do that. Many people find it very useful and they end up saving the post. Because the more people saving the post, Instagram can deem it as a valuable post. That is why it's actually pushing out to more of the similar people that are consuming my content, and as a result, I gained followers from it. Now you know what type of post really encourage saves. Let's talk about the type of content that actually really encourage shares. So shareable content is a little bit different from saveable content. The content that actually encourage saves, for example, high value educational type of post, people don't necessarily going to share with everybody in their family and friends, right? Because those are very specific to what they're working on. Think about you as a consumer. What type of post you tend to share with your family and friends? Normally there's 2 categories. Number 1, inspirational, and number 2, entertaining. So those are the 2 type of content that does really well when it comes to shareability. So people really like to share things are inspirational, are really funny on their Instagram stories, or really paying it to their family and friends. So if you want your post to reach more people, to get more shares, you definitely want to focus on these 2 content pillars. And I'm going to give you some examples on the screen right now. So you can see an example of a post that's very inspirational, and you can see a post that's kind of more towards entertaining angle that really encourage shares and does really well on the Instagram platform. Now you know how to generate content that really drives saves and really drives shares to making sure that you can actually get followers from your content. We're going to talk about the one last type of content that's also going to do the same, drive more followers, but that's not leveraging saves or shares. It actually leveraging on comments, especially when people are tagging their besties in the comments as well, so your post can get more visibility. So how do you generate content that actually drive more comments in it and drive people can tagging each other? These type of content are normally conversational content. So what I mean by that are, for example, you can share a personal story, talk about your journey and really inspiring people, and you can really add your call to action and say tag somebody who should also see this post to encourage people tagging other people who can really relate to your content. The other thing that you can do to drive conversational posts is to put a polarizing post out there. So as an example, majority of the coaches in the space really teaches you that in order to have a successful business, you need to niche down first. But recently, you guys seeing a lot of newer coaches that really accelerate their business is by really standing out and have a different opinion and kind of able to back up why they say things different, why they do things different, and actually able to get a result as well, which is they're kind of coming out there and say, you don't actually need to get niche down in order to be successful first. That's something you can definitely do later. So by sharing a polarizing comments, by sharing a polarizing opinion, in general, that will generate lots of debate as well and really encourage people to have a conversation in the comment section. At this point in the video, you've learned that if you want to leverage your content to attract followers, likes is not the main metrics you want to focus on. You've seen the screenshot, so you know that the main metrics you want to focus on if you want to use your content to get followers is number 1, saves, number 2, shares, and number 3, comments. Not in that particular order, but saves, shares, comments, basically conversational content, all of these are going to help your content to attract more targeted eyeballs to your profile. And number 2, you've learned exactly what type of content you should put out there in order to drive saves, shares, and comments. While you're waiting for next week's video, making sure to check out the video on the screen right now where I talk about the hashtag strategy this year that you should really use to making sure that people can actually find you organically. Hashtags are pretty much like the SEO on Google. You want to making sure that you are searchable on Instagram as well. Thanks for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.